Okay, everyone. We will start in the room with questions after Monty gives a short opening. We'll start in the room with questions, then we will go to Zoom. So everyone on Zoom, please raise your hand if you have a question. Monty?
All right. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Sorry to bring you all in on a Sunday, on a non-game day. After a thorough evaluation of where we're at, I've decided to make a coaching change. As you've seen, Coach Luke Walton has been relieved of his head coaching duties, and Alvin Gentry will be our interim head coach. So with that, I'll take questions.
Yeah, Monty, what we've seen over the last, I'd say 2 weeks from your team is a team that has let go of the rope. They sort of quit on the coach, but also quit on themselves, quit on the franchise. How do you change that? Because that seems to be the biggest problem that you have at this point. I mean, do you make trades? How do you hold them accountable for their actions on the court?
Yeah, I think we at the beginning of the year, we were 5-4. We thought we could be even better with how we had played. We didn't finish a few games there. The last 8 games have not been that. And, that prompted the change. And I think we have the talent. We've shown that we can to do that. And so we're going to get back to that. And Alvin's going to be the guy to lead us there.
Monty, I actually have 2 questions. The first question, has there been any grievance from any of your players about the coaching that has took place in the last 17, 18 games that you could share with us?
Yeah, look, I think we all know all of us have to be better. Especially over the last 2 weeks, over these last 8 games, is not meeting expectations. And that's not just on Luke. That's on me. That's on the rest of our coaches and players, and everybody acknowledges that. And so our focus now, starting tomorrow, is to get back on track. Some of the things that we have shown early on in the season, and it's on all of us to get there.
And in retrospect, considering how, the season ended considering how things ended, last season, and everybody with the expectation of, starting over this season, what went into your decision to keep Luke going into this campaign?
Yeah, I think I addressed that at the end of last year, our decision at the time. And then my job is coming into this season to continue to evaluate and, did that after last night's game, and this was the decision to be made.
Money, obviously, results-oriented business, but from the 5-5 start to where you are today, is there anything beyond the wins and losses that concerns you with this group?
Yeah, I think for us, like you said, the 5-4, 5-5 start, I thought we could have been even better. We had a few games that we let slip. What we've seen over the last 8-9 games is not Kings basketball. My job is to put us in position, as we've stated our goal is to make the playoffs, and until we get there, we're going to do everything we can to make the team better, to put ourselves in a position to get back there. And so to me, it was not any one thing. It was really an evaluation of everything of where we've been and where we're at.
And then kind of just following up on that, continuity had been kind of a big topic over the offseason, coming into training camp, all that. In going from Luke to Alvin, do you keep some of that, obviously, since he's been here, or do you obviously see some changes there as well?
Yeah, I think Alvin, certainly in the rest of our coaching staff, there will be some continuity, but also Alvin's done a great job at many different spots. I think Alvin's seen a lot of things. He has a wealth of experience, and I think Alvin will put his stamp on things. But again, we've shown we can do this. We just have to get back to it, and we have to do it consistently.
Monty, back to the evaluation process. When you look at your team, are they good enough to pull out of this thing? And do they have the personality to pull out of this? Because that seems to be one of the things that's missing, the weakness in the personality.
Yeah, I certainly think so. The guys in that locker room, as we entered the season, a tough schedule, and and really, even the games we lost, we felt like we should have won a lot of those. So I think the belief is there, both in the locker room, among the rest of our staff. You know, obviously, we don't take these decisions lightly, but this was one I felt was necessary to do that, to do just that.
And just one question, the rest of the coaching staff after the head coach, was there any other changes made in there, or are you gonna keep that intact as well?
Yeah, the only other change to highlight is Rico Hines will move to the front of the bench, and we really love the energy that Rico has, his connection with players. He does a fantastic job, I think, as you all know, and he'll now move to the front of the bench and bring that energy from there.
When you look at just the start that you have, obviously you're not very far into the season. Is it safe to say that Luke had a very short leash? If it's, you know, or were there like, you know, when you look at this, is it beyond the wins and losses for you?
Yeah, it's not coming in and having any sort of, you know, determination on that. It's, you know, I'm with the team all the time in communication with Luke, the rest of the coaches, the players, and you know, we're always focused on how can we win the next game. But at the same time, my job is to step back and evaluate where we're at and what's the best way to move forward. And you know, this last stretch, like I've said, is not where we want to be, and how can we get out of that and you know, the last 60 plus games of the year, get back to what we need to do, and that was the decision that I came to.
Coach, what breaking news to the team? How was that done? And what's your feeling on how the team is actually taking this?
Yeah, as always, in communication with our players and around the team. I'll keep all the kind of internal stuff internal, but yeah, we addressed the team. I think the guys remain confident. We all know we have to get out of this 1-7 you know, stint that we've had, but you know, I think there's a belief in that locker room. I have belief in that locker room, and talking with Alvin and the rest of the coaches, they do too. So no doubt that we'll get out of there, and I think the guys you know, are excited for tomorrow.
Okay, Monty, we'll go to Zoom. Jason Anderson.
Hi, Monty. You know, it wasn't too long ago, you know, that you were saying Luke you thought the coach to lead you back to the playoffs, and you did make the decision to bring him back. So I guess the first question would be, you know, why now, just 17 games into a season when at least part of those 17 games you were getting some of the results you were looking for?
Yeah, as I said, that the start to the year was a lot of what we were hoping for, and really thought it could have been even better. And I think we saw a lot of the things that you know, that we thought this team could do. But these last 8 games, you know, was a change. And for me, the question became, what's the best way to move forward? And you know, that's my job at every point of the season. And after last night, that was the conclusion. So it's really about the future and what we can do going forward.
Okay. Do you anticipate any differences in terms of the rotation, who's playing, who's not playing, just with this change and with someone new making those decisions?
Yeah, as always, you know, that's the coach's decision. Alvin will make those decisions. I think we know, like I said, we're not where we want to be. We have 17 guys on the roster. Whoever is going to do the things that that Coach Gentry asked them to do and that can win us games is going to be out there playing.
Anyone else on Zoom with a question? Okay, we'll go back here. Oh, sorry, hold on. Carmichael, Dave.
Monty, was it just the losses, or was there something beyond the losses? Is there anything you can speak to as far as a disconnect, a tuning out, or something that just set alarm bells off for you beyond losing?
I think, yeah, we, you know, it's a results-based business, but, you know, I think it's more of what can we do to get this thing back on track. I think offensively, we've played fast at times. I want us to play even faster. I think we can be the fastest team in the league with De'Aaron, Tyrese, the rest of the guys that we have. Defensively, we've shown some improvement, but we have to be able to finish possessions. We have to be able to get off the floor on the defensive end and get into our offense. And we have to finish games. You know, like I said, we were 5-4, but felt like we could have even been better. And then during this 1-7 stretch, we had a couple games that we let slip through. So, you know, I think those are things we'll continue to focus on, and that Alvin will address along with his staff to the players.
Back to Jason Anderson.
Monte, so you got the same team, your coaching staff is the same, other Mike was running the defense. What do you anticipate changing? What is, you know, what's going to be different now?
Yeah, I think for us, it's continuing to do the things that got us off to a better start, do it more consistently. You know, I think Alvin will put his stamp on things a little bit, just given his experiences. But I think we have shown that we can do it, and it's just doing that more consistently.
Monty, there was a report that obviously Doug was considered as a head coach. Furthermore, first of all, was that true? And just kind of what did you think in terms of Alvin versus Doug, I guess?
Yeah, Doug's been great since coming in. Obviously, former player, former Sacramento King, and his energy and you know, playing experience has been awesome. He'll continue to be a huge part of our coaching staff. But you know, Alvin just brings a wealth of experience, somebody who has seen it all, and we felt he was best to lead us going forward the rest of the year.
All right, Jason Anderson, last one.
Monty, one thing that always struck me about Luke was that he was pretty consistent in his messaging and what he wanted from the team, the things he was preaching. But I wonder, you know, can a voice get stale? And was that maybe part of the problem, that maybe he, you know, as much as the players spoke up and seemed to support him, did you feel like maybe the voice wasn't resonating enough with them?
Yeah, appreciate, of course, you know, the question and Luke and all his efforts, you know, here in Sacramento. I think, yeah, it was like I said, it wasn't any one thing. It was a combination of things. But sitting here with where we've been at the last 2 weeks, we felt we weren't getting the consistency and certainly the results we wanted. And you know, this is, like I said, we all need to be better. This is not on any one person, but we did feel this was the change that was best to get us back to where we need to get to.
All right. Thank you, Monty.
Thank you.